This video is just going to be 4 fights, fight after fight after fight, and this first one with regular innocent Boo isn't all that bad. Mostly because right at the start, the regular tactics work to their maximum potential. Boo gets a block in here and there and he dodges a couple of times, but we shut him down virtually every time he tries something. Apparently I was just bringing my fucking A game because he doesn't touch us at all. Not even his heavy attacks. I've also taken a shining to using throws when enemies block a lot, like right here, which means his own throw was countered by our attempted throw. And it's like beautiful poetry. He used a heavy attack just in time for us to use aura burning, so it didn't do anything, and we're just completely kicking his ass. Man, if I were the artificial intelligence, I would be completely pissed right now. Our invincibility streak doesn't last, though, and after we get done with this animation, he does start fighting back reasonably. And he's still just as big a combo monster as you remember. He even manages to get in a full consecutive pursuit attack. And that's when I realized that I need to stop being so aggressive and maybe try using the strategy I used on Majin Vegeta, charging up our ki and then using aura burning when we get in close. Unfortunately, I turn on aura burning a bit late, and we have to teleport once before we use it, which means I don't have a lot of it left to spare. Still, that could have turned out a lot worse. We dealt some decent damage, we got a full combo in there. Not while aura burning was active, but still. Just as I mentioned last time, when Boo starts fighting back, he really fights back. His combos are something to behold. Thankfully, because we pounded him so fucking much early in the fight, he's already stunned again. I think that's twice he's been stunned and we've only been stunned once, which is a good sign. Then we both try to grab each other, which is humorous but doesn't really accomplish anything. That early lead we got was really devastating. I mean, we might not even have to use our health item this time. That doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. Like right there. But yeah, we probably could have taken him out without using it. I just like to be safe because, like I said, a couple of ultimate attacks can really fuck up your day. I think poor Boo even ends up getting stunned a third time right here. That's 3 times and we've only been stunned once, I think. Unfortunately, he does finally land a decent attack on us, but with how little health he has left, I'm not sure it matters. This is around the part where the artificial intelligence gets really good at knocking us away and keeping us off their back even while we're in aura burning mode. So what's the solution to this? We're using aura burning mode as much as possible, of course. We're just going to keep using aura burning at every opportunity as soon as we have enough ki to make it last for more than a few seconds. This inevitably means that some of our aura burning will be wasted, but we're still going to deal more damage than the enemy on average. There's also a noticeable flaw in the AI this late in the game, where it doesn't use aura burning whenever you have aura burning active. It gets really good at defending against aura burning, but it refuses to use it itself as long as you have it turned on. So that's another reason to spam it as much as possible, and that's going to be our basic strategy for the entire rest of the game. Because every enemy from this point onward shares that flaw, where they just won't use aura burning. They just won't do it. Now, if they ever manage to catch you in a position where, God forbid, you don't have aura burning turned on, or you're not in a position to turn it on, then they'll use it. But they also share Majin Vegeta's weakness of constantly wanting to use their ultimate attack after they charge. But we really get caught with our pants down here because we get stunned, so we have to teleport, and his ki is still at max, so of course he's going to use aura burning. And when the enemy starts using aura burning, that's really bad news, because they turn the tide of the fight in their favor in more than one way. They make it so that way you have to constantly teleport away from their attacks, and you can't use aura burning as much yourself. Even if you turn on your own aura burning to counter theirs, it'll run out pretty quickly, and, well, when you're evenly matched, the AI is pretty brutal. It doesn't help that he pounded us so fucking hard that we're nearly stunned again, so even though I did turn on aura burning and it looked like mine was going to last longer, it didn't. After we get back from this animation, I immediately turn on aura burning in an attempt to knock him down real quick so I can charge more ki and have longer aura burning, but that turns out to be a wash, and we both end up with very little ki left. So it's just about who attacks first so they can build their ki reserve, and we attack first. The lead we get in our ki from this combo is all we really need to turn on aura burning and put it to really good use this time. So the battle is officially tilted back in our favor, and we're definitely going to win this. He does manage to knock us away, and it's way too dangerous just to charge straight at him. But the lead that we got just now is way too large, so there's no way he's going to be able to recover from that. I actually lost this fight a couple of times because Super Boo was way outmaneuvering me, so as a result I started to zigzag a lot more, and I think that definitely helped. The fucker also really likes to blast you in the face with special attacks when you're using Aura Burning, but the zigzagging also helps with that, as I intend to demonstrate right now. And he uses the throw to get us away, which would have been a good idea when we started using Aura Burning, but not so much now when we're at the bottom, because that just gives us plenty of time to charge. If you would have just used that a bit earlier, it would have been a great idea because we would have wasted our Aura Burning, but our Aura Burning was almost over, so I'm not quite sure that was the smartest plan. He's stunned because of the pounding he took, but our ki is relatively low, and normally I would have turned on Aura Burning immediately, but I was worried about getting stunned and losing it. It probably would have still been a better idea to turn it on, because he's definitely capable of completely outmaneuvering me when I don't have Aura Burning. It gets bad enough that I end up having to turn on Aura Burning just to counter his instead of using it on the offensive, and this is just because I waited way too long. But when he blasts me in the face with a Kamehameha, I remember, oh yeah, I can do that too, and I decide to try it because the final Kamehameha deals massive damage. Yeah, see, that was way too much damage. So that evened the playing field a little bit, and I decide to spam it a couple more times, and to my surprise it actually works. Not this time, but the next time, and hey, if it works, it works. It does deal so much damage, though, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I would like to thank Boo for reminding me I have a really overpowered attack because he blasted me in the face. As I said, I actually did lose this one a few times just because Boo was that good at outmaneuvering me. And sure, zigzagging around helped a lot, but so did remembering I had an attack that was just as strong as an ultimate, but took way less time to perform.
Kakarot, you're incredible. You're the only one who can defeat him. I think I can finally understand why I, a Saiyan prince, cannot compare to you. You're not fighting to kill for revenge, only to test your limits and push yourself beyond them. That's why you show so much mercy to your opponents. It makes me so mad. How you can fight like that? You are a Saiyan. You're better than me, Kakarot. You are number one.
So Kid Buu here is the most relentlessly fucking aggressive character in the game, and as a result this entire fight is just a war of attrition. I turn on Burning Aura as quickly as possible and as frequently as possible, and I just start smacking the shit out of him. I completely ignore my stamina, I completely ignore how much ki I have, and I just use Aura Burning all the time. All of this in a desperate attempt to land more hits than he does because he's a fucking monster. What results from this is a battle with two characters smacking their heads against each other as hard as possible until one of them falls over, and I love that. It felt incredibly desperate and violent and like I was pushing myself to my limits, so I think this is a suitable final battle.
Perhaps it's time to let the world fend for itself for once. Use the Spirit Bomb.
I need power from all of you! Raise your hands to the sky! Here it is! Now! Darn it!
I miscalculated. Kakarot doesn't have the strength left to use the Spirit Bomb.
I can't! Goku! I used the Dragon Balls to restore your strength back to normal! You're right! I feel great! Thanks! Maybe you'll come back someday as a better person. Goodbye.
It's about